Hey guys, it's Mel from the 441, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to do a vision board Feng Shui style. So you're going to have to bear with me on this one. I had planned on filming today, but the day got away from me, and that old tale of fail to plan to fail. I picked up my camera, dead battery. So I'm not going to let that knock me back. I'm going to use my phone. However, I might not be able to position everything as well. So maybe in 3 months' time, when I get some feedback from this video, I can re-film this with more tips and tricks and a better setup. But I'm still a baby YouTuber, so let's get into it. In order to do this video, you will need, I've just pulled a few out of the drawer, a vision board. You can, which is just basically any type of board. You could just use any part of your wall. It doesn't necessarily have to be on a board. You can use a Microsoft document or a Pages document, a blank canvas. You can hang these on your wall. You can make them in a journal that you carry around with you. You can make it something that you can stick on your fridge. You can make it something you stick on the visor in your car. You can make it something as a phone screensaver or a laptop or computer background. And then you will need, depending on if you're doing print or digital. In today's video we are doing printed, but I am more than happy to do some digital options for you guys. So I've got some quotes here, I've got some images here of, it's actually mostly quotes in this, of things that I've done in the past. Got a picture of pink, I've randomly got a picture of a tattoo. And then I've got some other stuff over here. So I might have to print off some stuff. We'll have a look. And we will use some of these because these are from past vision boards. So today's one is going to be a bit generic and past stuff that I've been working on. Because it's, and this is why I say you have to be careful about where you position your vision board. A helpful reminder is it matters greatly where you put your vision board. So if you're in a shared house, you want to keep that in your bedroom or somewhere where you take it out and look at it and then put it back like your bedroom cupboard or whatever. If you're in a family house, you can do a family vision board. If you're traveling, you can literally dedicate a page of a diary to a vision board and then just completely cover the 2 pages, and you can look at it every so often. I do a few. Maybe you want multiple vision boards where you can have similar images in different places where you can look at them all the time. The more you can put the things you want to achieve in your environment, the more likely you are of having it happen. Same with the more you write stuff down. So let's get into it. I'm sorry this video is a bit rough and ready. I had originally planned on filming something else today, but I was supposed to be doing bass for our business and Zero went down. So I had time for a longer video, and the astrology said today is a great day for visualizations because the moon is in Capricorn. There's a sense of destiny in the air today. It's the planet of love and abundance. Venus harmonizes with the cosmic lunar nodes. Some things are just meant to be. Tonight will be great for visualization. So I'm taking that as a sign when Zero went down that this is the video I am meant to be filming today. But you've got to bear with me because my office desk is a bit messy. So first things first, prepare your environment. Set the intention, prepare your environment. It helps you get grounded. I'm just going to take away this plant because I'm still trying to find a home for him now that I've moved some of my office around. And then you are going to give your desk a bit of a clean. There, and I'll push these off to the side because we'll be working with those. It just helps get you more grounded and centered. I'm also going to burn some incense because the fire element can help you manifest stuff a bit quicker. I've got some candles going here as well for other little intentions. I'll do a dragon's blood just to remove any blocks. I love the smell of this one. And it'll be a double whammy of removing the blocks because I have Mr. Ganesh. It's broken. I think I got this in Bali, so if I find another one, I'm going to Bali next month. I need to bring it back. Ganesh is a Hindu god, but he can be quite full on, but he is the remover of blocks. Now, one thing to note about smoke, if you can see that. You see that? See how the energy of the smoke is going straight up? That means the energy in the room is clean. There is different meanings of south, north, west and east and what it symbolizes. Off the top of my head, I can't remember those right now because I didn't think I'd mention that. But each direction means something, and I can do a quick video on that someday for you guys. Why, but this does not want to stick into place. Right, we're not using Ganesh today. I'll just pop it in my plant. Okay, so the desk is cleared. On top of this could do with a wipe. It's a bit dusty, and I have not used this in a while. It's kind of become more of a notice board for me, which sucks. So I'll just see if I can bring this down a little bit so you can kind of see what actually. So before we get stuck into that, I'm just going to grab my iPad so I can show you what a Feng Shui Vision Board looks like. So when you look at the Bagua map in Feng Shui, this is what you're looking at. I just Google imaged a photo. I do need to create my own Bagua map. So your front entrance, or in this case, the bottom of the vision board aligns with down here. So the bottom left hand corner of the, I will drop that now. If you want to work on knowledge, wisdom, self-development, we're going to put stuff over there. If you want to work on your legacy or acknowledge legacy or role models, this is a great spot, the middle left. Money, wealth, prosperity, the back left. Fame and reputation in the middle. Love and marriage and relationships over on the right. Then the right middle is children and creativity. And the bottom right is travel and helpful people. And then the middle bit, because I don't think I said that, is your career and your life path. And then your center is health. So you basically just imagine, you don't need to rule it out, you just kind of go, okay, to here and to here, and then from here to here and here to here is my imaginary lines. So I'm going to first of all take off all this old stuff. We'll see what goes back on. I am going to set a basic intention. We'll say we want to set intention for money, health, love, travel. That's what a lot of people want, and maybe a bit of career. Seeing as I have the incense lighting, I'm just going to glide that over there, over the vision board. The intention that I'm clearing the energy and cleansing it from the last time I did this. So if there's any blocked, stagnant energy, we're just shifting that. Okay. So let's see what we got here. So before we start, if you have anything that you know you want, let me see if I've got Pinterest here. You can, and we're doing, well, it doesn't matter if you're doing a physical one or a printed one. That's actually perfect. I've just jumped onto Pinterest and I've seen something that I want for my, we're renovating our backyard at the moment. So at the moment it's just a freaking sand pit because life, and we're doing it very slowly when we have our machines available. So that's going very slowly, but I've just seen something quite cool that I'm going to print out for myself, but I don't want to share it yet, because it's, if you share some things, you push them out into the universe and you can block them from happening. If too many people know about it, it can water down your dreams and your goals, and it can stop it from happening. So I won't show you that one. My maiden name is O'Sullivan, and I'm laughing because this came up on Pinterest. I don't even know how it knew this, but it's an O'Sullivan thing you wouldn't understand. I have to send that to my mum because there is a token trademark that all O'Sullivan men are so stubborn. It's like the family trait. So I need to take a photo of that and send that to my mum later on, so she can get a giggle out of that one. If I can figure out how to do that on this phone, on this iPad. All right, so that's out of the way. What does everybody want when they want to do a vision board? Usually they want money. Usually they want holidays. Usually they want love, relationship. I'm just going to type in vision board ideas of like cool photos. Probably shouldn't have done that because that's just more people of how to build a vision board. Whereas I just want images. So yeah, like there's a good one. You can have a passport and some airline tickets. If you want to be more grounded, we've got an image of somebody meditating. So basically you're going to go through and take screenshots of those. Another great one, yes you can, some cool cool words of wisdom. You can do something like this, which is awesome because it's not you, but it doesn't have to be you because it's shadow, because there is a thing about making sure you put enough of you into the vision board. If you want a house, we've got keys to a house, so you get the idea. It's looking it up, you take screenshots. For me, I take screenshots and I dump them all onto one document, and then that way I can print them out on, and I space them out and I just print them out and cut them. So I'll use what I have here, and then I'll see if I need to cut some stuff to fill in some blanks. So I'll try and turn that way a bit. Team RLC, Run Like Clockwork. I don't need that anymore because I've finished that. I did have them in Travel and Helpful People. I've got Pillar of Health here, who is a She does bioresonance down in Mandurah. She is amazing. So that is going to go, I'll put it here, because that is the transition between health and helpful people, and she does health, and she is a helpful person, so that can go there. I've got a universe check that I think I got from The Secret, that I'm gonna put back up here in the money corner, that the universe is gonna give me money, and you can totally write those out and fill them out and put down a certain amount of money with an end date. That's just some art from my kids, and so is that one, that is from a candle, so that can go. This one will be staying, but I got it with a planner, and it's basically my intentions for 2024. And it's a great time for me to be checking in with this, because we're halfway through the year, and I've definitely worked on 2 of them, but there is one that I need to like quadruple down on. And it's actually amazing when I look at it and see how things have changed in the last 6 months. When I wrote this list in December, I think it would have been, we were in a completely different place to where we are now. So I probably need to readdress that, and that's what's great about a mid-year check-in. I've got a card here from Amanda Ellis, who is Archangel Metatron Color Sprays. I'm going to stick her in, I was going to say helpful people, but you know what? I'm actually going to move her over here to Legacy, because you can put your idols in Legacy. I'm going to put pink, working out, over here, but closer to the health, because she's a badass woman, but I also admire how strong she is and how amazing her body is for her age and everything. A quote about how strong you can be. Some people want it to happen, others wish it would happen. Be the one who makes it happen. Like, what an awesome quote for a vision board. So we'll put that here because it's health. Actually, I'll put it below pink. So it's kind of health and wisdom. So that mindset check to keep checking in with yourself and going, what is it you really want? Are you achieving that? What else have I got here? I've got one of my old Feng Shui cards because I've already changed the website. But that can go into, where do we want that? Do we want it in money or do we want it in travel and helpful people? I think right now I want it more in travel and helpful people. No, I want it in fame and recognition. So we'll put that in the center of fame and recognition, because I want to grow this business. So I used to get the Aussie Business Chick, and there's some great quotes here. We've got make today epic. We've got you can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself first. Life is too short and it is here to be lived. And tough times never last, but tough people do. And do things at your own pace. Life is not a race. So that's a great one for wisdom. So we'll put that over there. So already, if you look at this board, I've just got a trip here to Macau. I'll pop that in travel. You can already see by looking at this board that I am missing love and relationship. I'm missing travel and I'm missing career. Like, I could put that down there. I'm out of pins. So just get some more pins. What I might do is put, I had a swinging higher card. I'm going to pop that here because that's my current job. So let's leave that there. Again, this is not the one I'm going to be working with right now, but I'm treating as if it was, just to give you guys a good idea of what it should look like. I am woman, beautiful, strong, fierce. It's yellow, so let's try and put that in the center, because center is yellow. It's your power color. Can we do it in a way that it doesn't interfere with the others? So we can probably, and it's totally cool to have things overlap. Okay, I love this one. Be yourself, everyone else is taken. And I am gonna put that in career is also self, so we'll overlap to there. There's lots of daisies going on here. I have another picture of pink for some reason. Reasons to travel, to learn, to have adventures, to be spontaneous, because life is too short, to meet people, to feel more alive, to know yourself, to challenge yourself, to experience cultures, to look back and wonder what if. So that can go on the travel. But yeah, I have way too many quotes in this, so we'll definitely have to print off some stuff. There's just more quotes. That's a yoga one, so that can go into health. God, I'm really building out my health, haven't I? That's actually goes that way. We put it here. And I really love doing my vision board using the Feng Shui Vision Board method, because it does kind of make you go, am I spending enough time in love and relationships or in travel? Because the rest of my board is full, but my travel is empty. Like, what is going on there? It's like subconsciously showing you that, do these areas need attention? Act like the person you want to become. Wisdom corner. And again, like I said, that's a prime example of areas. I love failing. I don't know if you know this, but be willing to fail, because that's the only way to move forward and to make progress. This video is prime example. I could have gone, not too hard, the camera's not ready, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to put that in my legacy. So I'm going to go kind of more wisdom legacy, because I feel like I want it to be known, the risks that I take to push through. This is another legacy. This man here, if you can see that photo, how cool is that? How cool is that? Joe is somebody I grew up with. He was an amazing horseman, and he's actually come to me in spiritual readings to tell me that he is one of my guides, and he even kind of knew that when he was alive. So we're going to make him there in my legacy so that he can watch over me. And horses. Part of my legacy is horses. That one needs 4. It's funny, I feel like I'm doing this for real, even though this will all change. So already, what does my vision board tell you? It tells you the story that either I'm very secure in my love and relationships, or my love and relationships need a lot of work. It tells me right now I'm very much set on my health and my career. A little bit in wisdom, a little bit in legacy. Have to work on my money corner. But yeah, this is why I love doing it this way. Let me see what else I have here. A photo here of the boys. That can go up here. This is an old one. It's a surgeon that worked on me, so he can go into travel and helpful people. And you know what, this photo that I have here of my friend and me on holidays, I'm going to move that up to travel and helpful people. So I think this is the part of the video where I pause for a minute and I go and print off some photos that I can pop back on here, because it is way too texty. Way too texty. Okay guys, I am running out of time, so I'm just showing you what I'm doing here. I'm on just Pages, and I've taken some screenshots from the internet and from, what's that thing called, Pinterest. So that's a cool one. I'll add that in. Which is a seed company near me. When we get around to finishing the garden, for example, I will need to buy seeds. So I'm manifesting with that we will get the garden finished and I can put in some stuff. I have been looking up stuff, but you kind of want it to relate to you. So for that reason, I kind of came out of it and I'm going through some of my photos. Just going to see if I've got one of Bali, because we're going to Bali later this year. In a place that we love eating when we go to Bali. It's just like a simple pancake place, but let's throw it in. So I'll just print those four, because literally I have I've got to go in 5 minutes to get the kids. We want to print it in colour. So while that's doing that, I brought in some photos that I've just grabbed. So like that can now go there. I found some cool photos of the kids chilling out. I'm going to put that in the travel and helpful people, because travel also kind of represents freedom when you think about it. So maybe you might not have the desire, it is not out of paper, you might not have the desire to go abroad or go traveling, but maybe you want to be, you know, a tourist in your own backyard, or maybe that freedom to you is simply being able to go for a hike 10 minutes down the road. Because for a long time, when we were tied down with the business and we couldn't travel, my idea of freedom was going to the beach on a Sunday and going hiking up the road. So it doesn't have to be a big fancy trip to Europe or whatever. Hey guys, so I'm back. I've already taken a bit longer than what I would have liked to jump back on here, and it's getting a bit dark outside, so I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm just gonna close the door over because one kid is gone on a play date and the other kid is at home. I just want to show you something really cool, and I didn't bring my work phone in here. Just want to show you something cool. It's because it's kind of manifesting. Google it here to show you, but my son wanted to go into, there we go, cool, Holly Saunders. Alrighty. It's not the same. I think this one is stunning, and Holly Saunders is amazing. She's only made one for Pink. She's not going to do any printouts, but I seen this on Pink's page and I thought it was so super stunning, just all the colors and everything. And it's not same, but it's similar. I went into the IGA and in Serpentine, and I found this. Like this tiny little post office, and I got 4 placemats. So I would love one with all the colours of the rainbow, and I think that's why I absolutely love Pink's one. But I love how the universe will put stuff where you least expect it and be like, here, you wanted some Aboriginal art. You also said you wanted placemats because you're taking forever to quilt the placemats you were going to quilt. So how don't you have this for a while? And it's in earth colours, which the dining table is in the earth corner, the health corner of our house, which is an earth element. And Aboriginal art has all got to do with your legacy. So our dining table is half. So if you go back to the vision board, if you were to imagine that this vision board was our house, our dining table is right here. It's between the legacy and the health corner. So that is an amazing find to have an Aboriginal art placemat that symbolizes legacy and also the colors of grounding, because the heart and the center, the health corner has all got to do with grounding. That's why it's so important to ground yourself. So anyway, quickly, to finish this, I've printed out some stuff from my photos and from Pinterest and from Google. So I've got a representation of a family. I've got this really cool trail that can go into the travel corner that is over 1,000 kilometers. And I took a photo of it the other day. So not saying I want to manifest that right now, but I'm going to stick it in there because it's so way off that it's not like a reality now, but it's a good example of something you can put down there. And that again can go between travel and health because it's exercise, but it's travel. I've got a picture of the kids in Bali and we're going later on this year, so I would love to make it back to that cafe. And I've got a photo of some seeds because when we do the garden, we really want to grow our own vegetables, so that can go there. Okay, I have found some scissors. So we can continue to fill this out. It's up to you whether or not you want to fill the whole thing in. Or if you want to leave some space for later on so that you've got space to add stuff, that maybe as you manifest some of this stuff, you take stuff away and you add in stuff, or you can redo it and just start all over again. But you know, it's good to put in things that you feel might be unachievable, because your goals have to be big enough to get you excited about it, to help you really go after them. So not clicked out the best, but let's get them in there. I think the garden could kind of go towards money, legacy and health, so I'll pop that over there. The Munda Buddha trail I'm gonna put here. Do you know what I just realized? I have absolutely nothing here for creativity and children, which is sad. Like, I know this is only an example, but it really shows you kind of how to balance your life as well. And I have so many things I want to be creative about. So let's pop these kids kind of more into the kids space, just so we have that bit of creativity. Oh, I've got some of these. So years ago, I had my colors done. So I could, again, it's just a representation, guys. This is not what my actual one is going to look like, but these are the type of pants that suit me. That's creative. How am I styling my wardrobe? And it's helpful, people, because I went and I got it done. These are the shirts and the shoulders and like whether I suit overlap. And then this is what my my body should look like. A bit. And then these two can go here. And then all of a sudden, with just 3 things, I've really filled up that corner. So yeah, look, this needs a whole lot more work still, but you get the idea. As you can see, this side over here now looks a lot more balanced. I still need to put in some elements for fame and recognition. So I could put like an Instagram emoji, an Instagram logo, a YouTube logo, a website logo. I have a lot more to build out. However, this is a generic board, so I'm going to take all this off again. What questions would people normally have after doing this? Okay, clearly it's missing some stuff. So how can you brainstorm? You know, what is it I would like to be recognized for? Is it being helpful to people? Is it being up on stage giving workshops? Is it traveling and doing workshops? Is it that I'm, you know, combine it into the finances, that this is the kind of money I want to make a year, etc. Wisdom. What else can I put into my wisdom corner? I actually thought about this while I was driving, of how cool it would be to, and I don't know how I'll stick them, maybe with some blue tack because I don't want to damage them, but what cards do I like working with? You could get one of your tarot cards or your oracle cards. I prefer to work with oracle cards at the moment, and you can go, this vision board is for the next 6 months. Give me past, present, future cards to represent that. One. I like to wait for cards to flip out. Vision board for the next 6 months. I need a card for the present and a card for the future for this vision board. And all the things I want to achieve. That is too much, but that one was in, there's 2 here. We'll just take those 2, right? And then you can have these there as... Have I said before I'm not a professional YouTuber? Let's see what we got. So we've got past, the C's of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconscious to life. I'm so crap at holding these. Then we've got the present, which is activated earth, lower places, ley lines, trust where you're led. See, that could be me going, trust the process, just keep going, because at the moment I've got a lot of imposter syndrome, and who is she to think that she could have a YouTube channel and talk about all this, and will I ever make money for it? I have a lot of self-doubt at the moment, but that's trust the process, so that's cool. And the 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. So you could quite easily, and the good thing about this board is it does have space in the bottom, but you could quite easily put past, present, future tarot cards or oracle cards right there, that you can look at them every day. What other questions could you ask me about vision boards? Sorry, I'm just picking up these cards that I dropped. Right, so where to put it? We spoke about that a little bit at the beginning. It depends on how personal the board is to you. You know what I mean? Like, I have it on this wall, but when I'm filming, 9 times out of 10, you're actually going to be looking at me this way. So I can look at that every day, but when I'm on camera, chances are you're not going to see it. So that's important to me because, like I said, if people see what you're working towards, sometimes it can wash it down and it can stop it from happening. I'm okay with people in my family seeing it because a lot of them know that that's what I'm working towards. If you want it in a public place that you can see it all the time, but you don't want other people seeing it, like if you've got an ensuite, you could have, well, might not be the best in an ensuite, you could have like a small version of it stuck on your mirror. You could have it on your fridge at home. You could have it in your closet that every time you go in the morning to get clothes, you're looking at it and it's kind of personal, but it's hidden at the same time. I just was shuffling these in the background and said, question everything, anything unaligned must go. You have to say no to what you don't want so you can say yes to what you do want, just in case that was meant for anybody. Again, you can do a mini version of this in a journal. You can do a mini version of it in Canva where it's your screen background for your computer or for your phone or your iPad. If you think about Pinterest, like anytime you're doing anything on Pinterest, you're essentially creating vision boards. We don't necessarily look at them too often. Like I've got one at the moment for the backyard, and yes, I do go in and look at it, but a lot of the time when we're on Pinterest, we're on it aimlessly and we're just scrolling and we're like, oh yeah, that's cool, let's save that. Oh yeah, that's cool, let's save that. But how often do you go in and curate your Pinterest boards and kind of go, this is my travel bucket list, like this is the places I have to visit, instead of being like, oh, that looks cool, that looks like a nice place, let's save it, but you might not have the intention to go there. So you can totally use Pinterest as a vision board. I also like to use Trello, so maybe I could do one as using Trello. I use it for travel and house design and stuff like that. Vision boards don't have to be the stereotypical vision board on the back of cardboard or on a what are these things called, a cork board. They can be anywhere. Like one of the girls in the course was talking about Feng Shuiing her car, and she said, like, why not have like a mini vision board on your visor, your sun visor, and you can flip that down once a day and look at it. Back in the day when we didn't have smartphones, people used to put pictures of their dream holiday destination in that little window in your wallet where you usually keep your driver's license photo or a photo of your family. The more you see things and the more you dream about seeing things, the more you bring them into manifesting them. If you're not really into vision boards, what could you do? Journaling. You can journal, you can make lists of all the places you want to go. The amount of times that I have committed to stuff not knowing how I was going to do it, but still making it happen. Like I needed braces 6-7 years ago, and I knew it was going to be 4 or 5 grand for the braces. So I said no in Ireland. I went for 2 consultations. And then I came to Australia, and when we got the health insurance, when we first got off the boat, as they say, I said, oh, I better get the braces cover. And, you know, in 4 years' time, because it's 4 years to build up like the max you can get back towards braces, then I'll worry about braces. I think it was 6 years when I actually looked at it, but I went and the orthodontist said to me, he just literally, he was like this, and I was where you guys are, and he was at the computer doing some notes. He took one look at me in the chair like that, went back to the computer, and then it was just like, you're going to need jaw surgery or you're going to have sleep apnea later in life. And at the time, I knew there was a possibility I would need jaw surgery. I just did not want to face that reality. So my teeth, my jaws used to look like that basically. And then we had to bring them back like that. But I was hoping I could avoid surgery. But in Ireland, nobody ever said to me it was because you would have sleep apnea. Like, they just said, like, about straightness of the teeth. They never went into the whole neck and structure. So he said, off you go and talk to the surgeon. This is who I work with. And then come back to me if you want to go ahead and get braces. So I went off to him, and I knew the braces would be, I think it was $6,000 or whatever it was. This is going back like 7 years ago. 8 years ago, actually. And then the surgeon was like, yeah, classic candidate, blah, 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 blah. This is how we do it, rah, 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 rah. And it was like $17,000, not including, this was after what you got back from the health insurance. Like, the health insurance would only cover the hospital. And I got back to Tommy and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do because they're saying I need this surgery. It's so much money. It's going to be like 25 grand by the time, you know, you pay for the excess on the hospital. You've got the braces. You've got all the travel going up and down every 2-3 weeks because the place I was going to was about 40 minutes away. Staying in the hospital, medication to recover, all of that. And Tom was like, if you need it, you need it. We'll figure it out. And around the time I read the book, Write It Down, Make It Happen. So I wrote it down. And also around the time I was doing a thing called the $1,000 Project, which is where you take any bit of money that you save. So say if you have a takeaway coffee every day and you get your 6th or 7th coffee or whatever it is, and you save that, I don't know, what's coffee today? $5. You save that $5. Then you, right then and there, you take your phone out, you jump onto your banking app, or you take your cash and you put it into a separate savings account or a separate money jar. And I love things like that. I fucking love passive income. So I had started doing that for the braces, and I think I saved $2,000 for the braces that way. And the insurance covered $2,000, and I did it on payment plan. But I actually paid it off early because I saved up. But I was still going, how the fuck am I going to pay for this surgery? It's in 9 months' time. I've got the braces on now. I'm committed. And my friends knew, obviously, because I had the braces on, that I was going through this. And out of the blue one day, my beautiful friend Yvette, so thank you Yvette, texts me and she goes, hey girl, check this chick out. She's in Perth, she's a blogger, and she's going for jaw surgery and she's using her superannuation to do it. So I didn't know you could access your super. We hadn't been in Australia that long, maybe 8 years. So I was like, fuck, do we even have enough money in our super? Tom had enough money and he was happy for me to use his super. So I accessed his super. I did have to pay extra on tax. Here we are another 6 years later and we're slowly starting to put extra money back into our super to make up for that. But sometimes you just have to commit to stuff, be it putting it on a vision board and allowing it to come to you, writing it on a to-do list, or saving money with that intention that somehow you were going to make this happen. I'll give you another example of something, as again, something I had never put on a vision board, but it's something that I had held close to me, that I knew I wanted to do it. A boob reduction. So yes, my boobs are still quite big, but even before I had kids, I knew one day I would absolutely love to have a boob reduction because I had big boobs. They were like G's, H's, depending on the company, the bra company. And when I had kids, of course, that was worse, you know, granny boobies. But I knew I'd need to be in a place where, you know, we had a solid emergency fund. We had, you know, it's that thing of you always put yourself last. Oh, I couldn't do that. We couldn't afford that. I could never have the money to pay for that kind of a thing. And then out of the blue, I was getting, I broke this elbow really, really bad. I don't know if you can see it, but I can't straighten it properly. Like I've got a partial impairment in it. And I had to get a lot of OT on it. I was going to OT for over a year with it. And I don't even know how it came up. I can't remember if the OT, and she was only working with me for a couple of months because she left the job. So like I was with a company and she was one of the employees. And she was so cute. God love her. She was like a little sweetheart. And I don't know if she was saying that she knew like a cousin that was getting it done or whatever. I think that's what it was. She said a cousin was getting it done or whatever. And she was like, and I said, oh my God, you know, I would love to do that. I just don't know when I can afford it. And I did get a partial payout for my elbow. So I knew I was coming into some money for that. And I said, you know what? Maybe I'll spend some of this money on getting the breast reduction. But I'll have to lose weight first and I'll have to do this first. And, you know, my ducks have to be in a row. And then she said, I think you can do that on Medicare. If you've got like chronic back pain and if you've had kids and all that. So I looked into it. And I joined a group on Facebook that talk about it. And same with the jaw surgery, I joined a group. And I'm not that active on those groups. I'm one of those lurkers because I am more of an introvert. But I found out the name of the surgeon in Rockingham that did the breast reduction. There's 2 surgeons and I found out the name of one of them because somebody else had commented on it. And I went to go and see him. And he said, yeah, you're an ideal candidate. And he said, like, why can't you do it privately? And I said, oh, look, at the moment, I just can't afford it. I'd love to be able to afford it. And, you know, depending on how long the wait list is, I'll try and save the money for it because I wasn't guaranteed how much this was going to get. And I wasn't like, I'll have to have future surgery. I've already had one surgery on this elbow and I'll probably need to have more surgery down the track. So I didn't want to jeopardize too much of that money depending on what I got back. So he's like, look, that's fine. I'll put you down. Could be 6 months to a year. It was exactly a year. All I had to pay for that surgery was for some painkillers and a couple of bras. It's like anywhere from 8 grand to 15 grand of surgery. And speaking of the elbow, that's another one. So I knew while we were waiting to get the payout for the elbow, there was talk of me having another operation. So if you look at my elbow, I had a chip in there, a bad chip, and it was causing my elbow to lock up a lot. And I needed to get this chip out. But we were waiting to see if they were going to pay me out, if they wanted to get the other surgery first to see what else the story was. And the same OT, not the girl that told me about the boob reduction, but the owner, I think she kind of did a bit of a dodge on me and used up a lot of my funding. So I had to kind of fight with the insurance company a bit because she had me going way too much for OT. And I only realized all this when they started to get the independent assessor involved. And he's like, you spent this much on OT. Do you think it was of benefit to you? And I said, well, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to do the best. Like, they're telling me this is what I need. And I presume it's the best because I want the best outcome. So, of course, I've been going up to the city 3 times a week, paying for an Uber, which was like $120, $130 because I couldn't drive for like 8 months. So anyway, it got kind of stuck in limbo. They tried to pay me out a very low amount. Very low. Because, you know, there was talk of maybe me having an elbow replacement later on in life. And I needed 3 surgeries potentially. So I needed elbow replacement later on in life. But I was since told before I settled that don't get the elbow replacement because how active I am, it'll just make me worse. I have permanent nerve damage and it's minor. Like, I know that this side of my hand feels different to this side of my hand, because this side of your hand is your ulnar nerve, and we're leaving it alone because it doesn't bother me. Because if you poke the nerve there, you can actually make it worse. So I don't want to risk having the surgery and then making that nerve worse. And the other one, sorry, I know this is long-winded, but if you can see here, this is my original scar. It goes through about there, I think, somewhere. Because I've done, yeah, it goes to there. So that's my original scar, from there to there. And then here you can see that I've had another incision at Christmas time, so about 7 months ago. So I knew I needed that surgery as well. All they wanted to give me was $10,000. This surgery alone, I think, was about 4. So if I had to get those 4 surgeries, you can see why I was wanting to fight, and I had to get lawyers involved and everything. And I don't want to go into how much more I got, but let's just say I'm a lot more comfortable now than what I was. Like, when I read that email that they wanted to settle with $10,000, it was like a bucket of cold water being thrown on top of me. So I was considering using some of the money I got for the boob reduction, but I manifested a free boob job. And lastly, so the reason why I've gone on for the last 10 minutes about my elbow, I went to see the surgeon after we settled, because I was like, hey, and I have his card here because he was a helpful person a year ago. I've settled now, we've closed the case, I'm going to be paying for this. What do we need? All right. And I went up to see him, and he wanted a new x-ray and all of that. And I don't even think I paid for like the ultrasound. I think it was what's the one where you go in the tunnel? Not a CT, an MRI. So I had an MRI, and I went to see him, and we booked it in. And I said, can we book it in for as close to Christmas as possible? Because I'm self-employed, and, you know, I was, at that time, we still had all the dry hire, we still had staff. But yeah, I was one of the main people to do deliveries and stuff. And Tom would have been around a bit more. So we booked it in for, I think it was the 21st. He turned around to me and he said, just so you know, they don't need to know this, but just so you know, you should be covered fully under your Bupa Health, because I'm a no-gap provider. So you can have your surgery and keep your money for future issues. So I also had this surgery that I thought that was going to cost me money, that I had been given money, and this, it turns out, I'll probably have to do it every so often. And yes, I am paying health insurance to avail of this stuff, but I was able to use my personal health insurance instead of using my workers' compensation payout for the surgery. So manifestation is awesome, but it all comes back to how much you believe in it yourself, and know that it might not come to you in the form of winning the lotto, but it might come to you in the form of, and I don't have my handbag here, it might come to you in the form of, I have a Yeti cup. I've got another Yeti cup, and it's black, and I'd never had a Yeti. It's another random story. And I was in one of the machinery attachment sales. They're one of the companies we use and we've used for a while. And I was in one day, and they've opened up an office in the city because they're actually from Albany. And I was talking away to Michelle, and she was like, oh, you know, I was talking to Roy the other day, and I knew you were coming up, and I asked Roy if we've ever given you a media pack, because you guys have been clients for years, and I didn't know if you had gotten one of these or not. And I said, no, we haven't. She goes, would you like one? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So I have to say, like, Hymac are one of my role models. They actually used to be on this vision board last year, because they are a business role model. I really respect how they've grown their business, how they support local employees. They've got like 50 staff. They make a lot of their stuff in WA. They're an awesome company. So she was giving me out the media pack, and she says to me, would you like a Yeti? And I'm like, a Yeti what? And she's like, a Yeti coffee cup. And would you like one for Tom? And I'm like, I feel bad asking for two. Is that okay? And she's like, no, you guys, like, you're VIPs. You've bought so much gear off us. Of course you can have two. Can you just make sure you get two of everything? So I have a Yeti black coffee cup and it has Hymac on it here. And yeah, I have 3 Yeti coffee cups now and Yeti drink bottles because they're an awesome product. They are more sustainable. Even when I'm at home, I like to drink my coffee in one of these with the lid on because it keeps it warm for longer. But yeah, it's just, when you start working this way, I know I'm not great at editing my words. I hope it's one thing I can get better at. But it's amazing what you can manifest and how you can manifest it when you open yourself up to the possibilities. It's insane. Like, you cannot make up some of the stuff that you can achieve. It's so cool as long as you keep open-minded to it. So that's some of the stuff I've randomly manifested over the years. There is a lot more. I didn't think I'd be kind of going down this pathway with you guys, but I guess it's just showing it doesn't have to be a vision board. It can be something that you just keep randomly thinking of. But the good thing about vision board is you're pulling it from your head and you're putting it in a place. And then, like, on that as well, like, if depending on what you want to manifest, if your vision board is not a traditional Feng Shui vision board where you have everything in its place and you're just wanting to manifest a holiday, can you put that in your front room on the right hand side over as far to the right as possible, or in your bedroom on the right hand side on the wall that you walk in from, so that the energy of that corner, because it's your travel and helpful people corner, is working with you to help you bring in that that holiday. Or if it's a man or a woman or, you know, a partner or a family, can you put it in the back right hand corner? If it's money, can you put it in the back left hand corner? If it's more clarity and wisdom and just getting a sense of clarity, can you put it in the wisdom corner in the front left hand? If it's your health, can you put something up in the middle of the house to help you achieve your health goals? There is 1,000,001 ways to manifest. If you want to know more about vision boards and manifesting using things like journaling, vision boards, all that sort of stuff, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to answer your questions. I am still quite new to Feng Shui. Like, I've finished all my study, but I'm not taking on it. I'm open to taking on clients now. I haven't started to market myself yet to take on clients, but I am more than happy to answer your questions, because helping you also helps me to learn more about all this stuff. So yeah, that is the Vision Board 101. And now I'm going to destroy this and redo it with what I actually want the next 6 months, what I would like the next 6 months to look like. And then at Christmas, I will change it out again. There was one other thing that I forgot to say that is like a question. What if you don't know where to start? Okay, so which comes first? The horse or the carriage, or the chicken or the egg? You can do 2 things. One, you can journal. So you can write down, what do I want my next 6 months to look like? You know, is it realistic that I could fit a holiday in the next 6 months? Do I want to go camping? Do I want to go hiking more? Do I want to earn a bonus at work? Do I want to change career? Do I want to find a new relationship? Do I want to lose 5 kilos? Like, ask yourself these questions, write them down. Like, what is important to me right now? Maybe free write, just, you know, like morning pages. Just be like, the next 6 months. And it's like, I can't write about the next 6 months right now because all I hear is my kid playing Super Mario in the other room. Okay, well, maybe I'd love a holiday. You know, I'm tired. I might like a holiday. Oh, where would I like to go on holiday? I don't know. Can I afford to go overseas? Maybe I should just go down to Margaret River, and maybe I should go to Carragini because I'd love to go to Carragini. Actually, yeah, let's go Carragini. So it's just free writing, like whatever comes into your brain. Maybe it's that you want to work less. How could I ask my boss to transition to 4 days a week? So that's one option. You could journal to get the ideas, to then find images, or it's you go on Pinterest. You can try and find all magazines, but realistically, how many of us have magazines now? You can look on Instagram and YouTube, and you know, another one, this is a Mel Robbins thing, but think about the people that make you jealous, all right? And you're going, why is she bringing like bad emotions? Not that jealousy is a bad emotion, but like, you know, it's really cool. Jealousy and anger. I actually love jealousy and anger. And I've learned this from both Amanda Ellis, more the anger, and Mel Robbins. So Mel Robbins, jealousy shows you what you're missing out on. So what is it that makes you jealous about that person, and why? Is it because you want a new car? Do you really want a new car, or is it just you feel like that they're making more money? Or is it that somebody's traveling more than you? Do you actually want to travel more? Is that something you want? And great, use them as essentially a role model. Have a conversation with them. Go, hey, look, I'd love to have a coffee with you, and be like, can I ask, like, how is it that you guys get to travel so much? Or that trip you took to Mexico sounds amazing. I would absolutely love to go to Mexico one day. Can I pick your brain? Sorry, I got something caught in my throat. Or anger. Anger is not necessarily something you're going to maybe relate to on a vision board, but anger is, it's protection, but it's also passion. So what is making you angry? Because you're passionate about something. So maybe you're getting angry because you're passionate about something you're not achieving. So they're two good emotions to look at, to maybe figuring out some stuff that could go on your vision board. Like maybe you're angry because somebody got promoted over you, or you're jealous because somebody got promoted over you, or something like that, or they got a job, or, but how can you reverse engineer that so that you can get the job you want? Like, can you go to, if you were up for promotion with somebody else, can you go to the person that got the job and go, well, what, you know, if you don't mind me asking, what makes you think you won that position, or whatever? Or if it's the boss, you can kind of go, hey, look, I'd love some feedback on my interview because clearly I didn't get the position, but I want to go for a similar position. Like even me as an employer, I would happily give people the feedback. Like we employed somebody 2 years ago, absolute legend of a lady. And there were so many people that we knew that were really, really good for the job. But the person that came was nearly overqualified for the role, and she had experience with machinery. So the job was kind of more of a hire coordinator / PA, but basically making bookings and a bit of admin. And the person that we hired was actually a client who knew how to drive the machines as well. So that expanded her role and her capabilities, because I could get her to do some deliveries and give us some flexibility. So it kind of made her stand out to her own. But if one of the other girls wanted to ring me back and go, look, it wasn't you, like you were actually a really good candidate, we probably had you in second or third place, this person over here just absolutely blew us out of the water. So that is some good places. So yeah, you can go on to Instagram, you can go on to Pinterest, you can look at like bucket list holiday ideas you might have. Just think of like your big bucket list things, like what do you want to do in 5 years, what do you want to do in 10 years if you're really starting at a blank canvas, and reverse engineer that shit. Because it's all the rung on a ladder. This has been over an hour of filming. I know I have veered off many times. I'll blame the ADHD on that one. I've got clients texting me, so I better go. I'm so sorry this is all over the place. But I hope it helped a couple of you. And again, let me know if you have any questions down below. Let me know if I've missed out on anything, or give me some feedback. I love feedback. If the video is too long, if it's too short, if I didn't go into enough detail about something. And now the work phone is ringing. Sorry guys, I got a phone call there. That is the vision board basics. I know I haven't filled it out. Note to self, if I am doing another one of these, to just do it on an A4 page or something. Please let me know if you want more of like a workshop based. Maybe I could do an online workshop or a live, or I can do one for a computer background and show you how to make one up in Canva or something. If you have any questions, let me know. And I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Now I get to destroy this thing, and I'll start again after dinner for myself. And I think for me, I'm going to journal. We've gone through so much transition at the moment. It's insane. So I'm taking baby steps at the moment, but I think it will be good to kind of just double down on what I would like the next 5 months to look like. So that's probably what I'll be up to tonight. So thanks a million for watching. This is probably going to be my longest YouTube video. So that's a celebration in itself. Hopefully I haven't bored you guys to tears. And I will catch you in the next video. Have a great weekend.